Bullish My Neighbor Alice cost forecasts range somewhere in the range of $7.38 and $16.08 by 2030. Market experts accept Alice could reach $7.38 by 2025. Bearish My Neighbor Alice market cost expectation for 2022 is $1.31. My Neighbor Alice presentation. My Neighbor Alice is a special game in light of blockchain, in which members who are not crypto locals cooperate to fabricate, make, and play. A game presents blockchain components that are charming and open for gamers who know nothing about NFTs. This article makes sense of what Alice is, the value of its token in the crypto market, crucial and specialized examination, pointers for Neighbor Alice market cost, normal exchanging value, Neighbor Alice value expectations, and normal gauge cost. What is My Neighbor Alice? By empowering gamers to communicate, talk, and associate with different players and clients, My Neighbor Alice further develops the total gaming experience. In this astounding game, players can fabricate their symbols and associate with different players, utilizing them to find out about Alice's environmental factors. Alice's environment's different virtual islands are parted into a few land plots. These plots are addressed by NFTs, which players can use to modify the geography, fabricate new fixes, and decorate their in-game properties. The game likewise has a plot that players progress through by finishing goals. What are the purposes for Alice tokens? Coming up next are a portion of the purposes for the My Neighbor Alice token. Purchase in-game things. Alice is a virtual cash that can be utilized in the market to buy in-game products and symbols. NFTs. Game exercises. Take part in different in-game exercises, like contests, to win Alice tokens. Marking. The Alice token can be used in the framework to get marking payouts. It fools clients into putting away tokens and putting resources into the organization. Administration is decentralized through the local area affiliation, which concludes how assets are spent and the way that the game is created and extended. Token holders might have the option to take part in the decentralized administration process. What might My Neighbor Alice do for me with my funds? The communication between members as they maintain My Neighbor Alice's business prompts a few lucrative open doors, as will be examined underneath. Purchase, sell creatures. Creatures are excellent NFTs ready to make new things from prior ones. Every creature has particular abilities to rear, some of which are more surprising than others, making them more significant on the lookout and, surprisingly, ready to become novel wares. Fill in for other players' assignments. In the event that you yet own no creatures and land, you could possibly land your most memorable position and begin bringing in cash. They could require your assistance with their animals and harvests. You can help as an overseer for creatures and land by giving them the consideration, love, food, and water they need. The land additionally should be watered and cared for, since very much kept up with property creates more harvests. And all around kept up with creatures are better at repeating. The landowner esteems this participation. Trading materials. You can go through numerous nations with various players, giving an astounding encounter. You'll meet new players and visit their furnishings, animals, manifestations, and homesteads. Assuming you're lucky, you will find things that are less expensive in one spot than in another. You can turn into a merchant and buy and offer products all through the globe to bring in cash. Major examination of My Neighbor Alice. My Neighbor Alice is a magnificent idea due to its utilization cases. It requests to two unique crowds, DeFi lovers and gamers. The product used to construct its organization comprises of a multiplayer building game, NFTs, and in-game resources in view of blockchains. Because of this explanation, My Neighbor Alice contrasts from other metaverse networks like the Sandbox and games like Decentraland. My Neighbor Alice's group. My Neighbor Alice was created by the gaming firm Prong Intelligent, motivated by titles like Minecraft and Creature Crossing. The game studio's president is Anna Norvik. This game expects to acquaint blockchain with a great many gamers by means of entertaining stories and charming adaptation decisions. My Neighbor Alice worth. My Neighbor Alice's innovative abilities, use cases, and highlights show its worth. These components recognize the task's inherent worth, its capability to turn into a famous game and foster DeFi innovation, and highlights that lay out a permissionless loaning industry. The inherent worth of Alice isn't really comparable to the market esteem because of the unpredictability of computerized monetary forms. Market developments and force decide the worth of the My Neighbor Alice digital currency. My Neighbor Alice current cost. My Neighbor Alice is as of now worth $1.64 USD. Alice has moved 2.06% as of now with an exchanging volume of $30,726,514. My Neighbor Alice is as of now positioned 367 among all digital currencies with a market capitalization of $50,102,612 USD. My Neighbor Alice value forecast 2022. My Neighbor Alice, from certain perspectives, is one of the most astounding cryptographic forms of money to rise this year. The Alice cost gauge for 2022 expects a critical expansion in the year's last part, potentially coming to $2.46. Likewise with other digital currencies, the ascent will be continuous, however no extensive drops are normal. Averaging $2.30 in cost is very aggressive, however it is doable sooner rather than later given expected coordinated efforts and progressions. Alice is supposed to have a base worth of $1.97. My Neighbor Alice Value Expectation 2023. In 2023, My Neighbor Alice cost expectation has a lot of space for extension. Because of the likely declarations of various new organizations and drives, we guess that the cost of Alice will before long outperform $4.10. In any case, we ought to hold back to check whether the Alice's general strength list emerges from the oversold zone prior to putting down any bullish wagers. Taking into account the market unpredictability, Alice will exchange with a base exchanging cost of $3.28 and a typical exchanging cost of $3.61. My Neighbor Alice Value Forecast 2024. In the event that the vertical pattern go on until 2024, it could reach $5.74 and Alice might benefit. In the event that the market encounters a downfall, the objective may not be met. Alice is supposed to exchange at a typical cost of $5.25 and a low of $4.92 in 2024. My Neighbor Alice Value Expectation 2025. Assuming My Neighbor Alice effectively supports market opinion among digital currency devotees, the Alice coin cost could stay stable for the following 5 years. As per our projections, Alice will be green in 2025. The Alice is supposed to reach and outperform its record-breaking high in 2025. In 2025, the virtual cash will be valued at $7.38, with a base cost of $6.56 and a typical cost of $6.89. My Neighbor Alice Value Expectation 2026. After some broad determining and specialized examination, we gauge the Alice cost is supposed to cross a normal value level of $8.53 by 2026, with a base cost of $8.20 anticipated before the year's end. Moreover, Alice has a greatest value worth of $9.02. My Neighbor Alice Value Expectation 2027. Because representing things to come organizations that are supposed to occur by 2027, we are expecting that a bullish pattern will keep carrying the typical cost to around $10.17. On the off chance that Alice figures out how to break the safe level in 2027, we could see a most extreme cost of $10.66. Neglecting to assemble the help Alice needs by 2027 could bring about a low of $9.84. My Neighbor Alice Value Expectation 2028. While Alice is endeavoring towards interoperability between organizations to rush cooperation, the bullish pattern from the earlier year is supposed to proceed. So the base exchange cost has been set at $11.48 and a yearly cost close above $12.30 in 2028. My Neighbor Alice Value Expectation 2029. By 2020,